Ikaw na pagkaniulbi Puro kaya kapag itulog mo Syukulog mo na Sukot-sukot ko mo
I didn't know whether or not it would drain the battery because I thought it was a car thing.
Wait, is it a new car?
No,
Oh, it's nice. It looks new.
I try to keep it nice.
Yeah. Is it Toyota?
It's a Toyota.
It's nice.
I mean, what am I supposed to get? I tell you, man. I like that car.
Toyotas are the best.
It's that Avalon. It's a nice car, but you know what makes me not like it?
What?
One night in the store parking lot.
Why?
Because like people drive up and you're like, what the hell does that guy have that car?
That's why you got your car.
I don't know, but I know that's why I got. But when you drive up, I go, he can get a better car.
Right, I know.
Yeah.
Why could get a better car?
But you're getting older.
Yeah, but you want to know why
You have
I don't
no
get a better
children.
car?
You have no children.
No, but here's why I don't get a better car.
Why?
When you bought your car, were you pretty excited about it?
Yeah, very excited.
Have you fixed that dent yet?
No.
Yeah, so that's what would happen to me. I'd get a nice car.
Yeah.
And then I'd it up in the first week.
Yeah.
And then I'd be like, it's garbage.
But you would get it fixed.
Yeah.
I like the dent.
Yeah, but that's your problem.
I know it's my problem.
It's not.
But I like the dent. But my point is this: when I see you, I'm like, where do you spend your money on?
Nothing.
So you just put it in the bank? For
Yeah.
what?
I don't know. What am I supposed to spend it on?
I mean, a watch. How much is that? A watch? Expensive.
That's pretty good. But I wouldn't have gotten this if Dean hadn't pestered me.
Oh, Dean Del Rey did?
Yeah, he's like, I don't know how he's hooked up, dude. But he's hooked up with shoe guys, watch guys, jacket guys.
T-shirts,
jean guys.
jeans.
If
it's not self-edge, it's not worth buying.
Vintage, yeah. He had us all wearing pants we didn't even want to wear.
I know.
These boots, I wouldn't have these boots if I didn't have Dean.
Yeah.
What kind of boots are they?
Yeah.
The guy downtown makes them.
Oh, wow.
Brian the boot maker.
Here's another thing.
Dean's got a boot maker.
Yeah.
He's got a guy.
Remember your birthday gift?
It's great.
The 4 shirts I
t-shirts.
got you?
Great, yeah.
That's because of Dean.
Of course.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know, but it's a lot, you know.
I know. I appreciate it.
Yes.
Wait, but you're a ring guy too.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a cool.
Well, this ring, the WTF ring, was made by a fan over a decade ago, and I don't think he ever made anything else. Wow. And I don't even think he was a jeweler.
Wow, that looks dope.
Yeah. And this one's from New Mexico.
Yeah.
It's a Zuni ring. And this one I'm not sure about, but it's also from New Mexico.
Yeah.
That one, I
It's
like
very
that.
native.
You like that one?
Yeah, that looks.
It's a green turquoise.
It's turquoise.
Yeah, it's like some kind of turquoise.
Yeah.
I think about this all the time, though,
What?
guys. I mean, like, should I be buying more shit?
Yeah.
Like what?
No.
Well, I'll tell you why. When you pass, where's the money going to go?
I'll give some to. I got a plan.
What if it's sudden death?
What's the plan?
I did an estate.
Oh, you did?
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. I got it worked out.
Right. But don't you want to spend some of it before you
No,
go?
I feel like I do. Like I can eat wherever I want.
Let me ask you some questions.
Nice one, brother.
That's very good.
Wait, that is a really big expense though. Eating wherever you want.
Okay, I fly first class. I eat wherever I want.
Yeah.
I never think about anything I pay for. If I go to Whole Foods, I'm not sort of like, oh, this apple's a little, like I'm not.
Same here, dude.
Wait,
Right.
so-
Same here, dude.
But that's good.
It's a good thing.
Wait,
Right.
you guys would fail at the Price is Right. You don't have concept of
No,
prices anymore.
no, that's what that.
All right,
that's
throw us the thing, and I'll see if I know.
Okay.
Don't say apple or fruit or anything. But
Okay, a dozen pasture raised eggs.
oh man, $7.99.
Mark,
$6.99.
Gilbert, the answer. Look for Vital
Oh.
Farms.
You should-
Bonds, Vital Farms, $10.99.
Wow.
Wow, I win that one.
Wow, $3
Yeah.
off, guys. Come on.
Yeah, but that's okay. Well, that was still we lowballed
That's-
it.
God, you guys are so
Crazy.
rich.
I almost said $80. I mean,
I-
I don't even know.
But I think about this though,
Okay, go
because
ahead.
I've thought about the car thing.
Yeah.
Right. So I think like, well, maybe I should get one of these fancy electric cars. And then I think like, but where do you plug it in? Like, you just plug it into the wall? Do I need other equipment? Is it going to, like, how far can it go? What do I need that shit for? And then I think, like, maybe I'll get an old vintage car. And then I'm like, when am I going to drive that? What's the point? Just to drive into the Comedy Store so you can go like, oh, good for you. You got a new car.
Yeah.
But a cool vintage car would be a very much.
But then you got to get a cool vintage guy. And I don't know if Dean has a guy.
I don't think he does.
So I got to find a guy
Yeah.
to work on my 68
Can we go-
Camaro.
let's go back to the
that I
electric.
look stupid in.
Yeah. When you buy the electrical car, right?
Yeah.
Don't you go, hey, by the way, does it work?
Yeah.
And then they go, we know a guy, Emmanuel
Yeah.
Lopez.
Yeah.
And he's going to come over on this day.
Lopez?
Emmanuel Lopez. And he's gonna come and put in the equipment.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. That's right.
Right.
That's
So it's like, but no. What I'm saying to you is, I worry about you.
Yeah.
Because, but now that you say that meals, but let me ask you this question:
Yeah.
Have you ever went? You know what? Like Andrew Santino, he just went to Bali or something. No, he went to Hawaii, but that island that guy owns, Lanai, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, the rooms were like $2,500.
Yeah,
a night.
no, Gilbert has
I went
his
there.
honeymoon there.
How much was it a night?
Around that.
Right.
Was it nice?
Very nice.
Super
Very
nice.
weird being there because
There's nothing else on the island.
nothing else. And it's just all Filipinos.
That's
So I
right.
thought-
Working there.
Working there. I'm just like,
Yeah.
hey.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh wow.
That-
I used to go to Kauai all the time.
But would you spend $2,500 a night on a room?
Here's the problem with that.
I knew it.
Is it like I've stayed?
Can I have more of this?
What else do you have to drink?
Yeah. Get him a water.
Water. Don't you have any sodas? You got a million fucking things.
Yeah.
here.
We have candy.
Can you get a beverage, please?
What do you got? What do you got for drinks?
Just waters and all.
And what?
He's gonna look for a Red Bull.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, so
go ahead.
So you stay at that fancy hotel.
Okay.
How often is that fancy hotel really amazing in the way that you're like, this is so comfortable. I really enjoy staying here. To me, it's like I got to call the guy for fucking food. I can't eat out of the goddamn hotel.
Yeah.
You know, like if I go to the pool, there's 9 other idiots there, and the room it's okay.
Yeah.
But it's not amazing. I've only been in one amazing hotel.
Okay.
Which one was it?
Yeah.
It was the Crosby Street Hotel in New York. And I didn't even know about it. But the reason it's amazing is because this woman who does the interior decorating for all the rooms and all the hotels, you walk in and you're like, oh my God, this is like artwork. Are you looking it up? Mm-hmm. Like, find out the name of the interior director. She does the one in London too. There's and it's just like, it's so cool looking. It's what?
Kit Kemp?
Yeah, Kit Kemp.
Kemp. Mhm.
Isn't that cool looking shit?
It's very nice.
Right. So that was like very comfortable. It was like thoughtful. Like, have you ever been up to San Francisco? You ever stayed at that?
Yeah, I've been to San Francisco, Mark.
No, a Big Sur.
God.
That
Yes.
post
Post in ranch.
Right. That's supposed to be amazing,
yeah.
right? You could stay in a treehouse, whatever the
But
fuck.
no Wi-Fi, none of these. You're meant to like shut down, right?
Yes, but like initially it was sort of this high-end place, but eventually what happens at all these resorts, even if they're that one, is they just become fucking wedding mills, and no one gives a shit, and it's just sort of like there's nothing special about this. I got to watch them have their rehearsal dinner.
Can I ask
what? And then I was at the Post Mill Inn.
Okay.
Hold on. I was at the Post Inn, right? I go up there for peace and quiet.
Yeah.
The second morning, there's a fucking leaf blower. And I went down. I went to the lobby. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? This is why I came here, so I didn't have to fear the fucking leaf blower.
Yeah. Or you hear like a garbage truck. You know,
Whatever.
Yeah. Okay. But may I ask you some simple questions?
Yeah, I was hoping.
Okay.
You would. I have nothing prepared. I can't self.
Do you know the difference between a quality bed and a non-quality bed?
Is this like just a general question?
No, it's pertaining to fucking hotel rooms.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I
you
do. Sure.
So would you say that a high-end hotel would have a better quality bed?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Would you?
In terms of firmness? There have been times, like at the Ritz, for instance, in Hawaii.
That's the Post Inn.
Wow. I got to go there.
You are just sitting on the water. It is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
not
amazing.
complaining about it. And the restaurant's really good.
And there's no Wi-Fi.
I don't think there was Wi-Fi. Is there? There's got to be.
Or
I don't.
no TV. The whole point is to just sort of be like, shut it down.
So I can't go, I want to watch the new season of The Boys. Yeah, I can't watch it.
I guess my thing is that if you're going to do this, and I'm not this kind of guy, right?
You are.
Not really.
Okay.
Where you're like, sort of like, I'm going to do this exclusive cool thing.
Yeah.
That only people that can afford to do this. It's going to be quiet. Everyone's going to be respectful. I'm not going to see the other people.
Yeah.
And if you do, you kind of have a knowing glance like, yeah, we can do this. So I'm up there and it's just like,
You're by yourself? Are you by yourself?
Yeah. But
Well, that's your problem.
but there's just idiots there too. They're everywhere.
But you just went, I'm going to take a vacation in a tree house by myself?
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Well, it was a different time. It was like
Well, how long ago was that?
it was like it was the week. It was the last elections.
Okay.
So it was November, and I just did not. I just didn't want to be home, sitting in front of the TV. I didn't want to know what was going to happen.
Wait, I had the same thought process. I took off to the desert too.
I was there.
Right around that week. We took off to the desert.
Yeah, went to the desert.
Yeah.
We tried to like shut it all off.
It didn't shut off.
We didn't shut off.
We watched
at
the
all.
TV to see the election.
in the desert.
In the desert, yeah. We were all. That's all we did all day long. That's why.
All we did, yeah.
Have you had that before?
Yeah, once.
Okay. So, what I wanted to ask you is,
But the beds I like firm beds.
Yeah.
And I don't like the foam beds really.
Yeah.
I'm up in Vancouver doing the show, and the bed's okay, and I'm sort of surprised that it's firm and it's nice. But
you're in Vancouver.
oh yeah, I've been in Vancouver.
Yeah,
doing a show.
Sutton.
Huh?
You at the Sutton?
No,
Where?
because that's not a nice hotel.
Yeah, thank you. That's what I've been telling him. He thinks
I love the
Sutton is
Sutton.
like the best.
I was just there 2 weeks ago. The Sutton.
I'm going to be up there for most of the good part of 3 months. So I got a condo.
But if you didn't have a condo, would you stay at the Sutton?
I could have stayed at the Sutton.
I'll tell you why I like the Sutton though. It's in the middle of everything.
I'm right around the corner from it.
Oh, but they're shopping, right?
Yeah.
Good, nice restaurant.
But I'm saying you don't have to stay there to be in the middle of everything.
I understand that. But it's like, but also sometimes you'll run into like, oh, there's, so-and-so.
Yeah, that's the problem. I'm not sure I want to do that.
okay.
Different goals.
Okay.
Different goals.
Different goals.
No, because you're shooting, and I know everyone is. They call it the Slutton.
Yeah. They call it the Slutton. Right.
So and I used to stay there for the Vancouver Comedy Fest. But if I'm shooting all day, and then all of a sudden I'm going back to the hotel, and I see some celebrity who I don't really know but knows me.
Neil Patrick Harris.
Well, then I'd be like, I gotta. Sleep.
You gotta say it.
Yeah, I gotta sleep.
Oh, you got. Yeah.
Don't you think?
Neil, good to see you. Yeah, it's been a long time. I gotta read the script.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah. No, but I don't.
Would you be like that with me?
No.
No, if I'm at the Sutton, right? I go, hey, Mark, right? Would you? I know you would come up and say hi,
Dude.
but you no, stop. Fuck you, dude. You wouldn't sit down and talk.
Of course I would.
For how long?
For however long you wanted. That's the problem. Is that
Oh, okay.
It's not that I don't want to. Of course I want to hang out, I want to feel part of it.
Yeah.
We'll talk all night and everything. But then it's sort of like what happened to that night, It's just gone.
Wait. What happened with that night? A part of that night is you sat and talked to Bobby Lee for a couple of minutes.
But I could do that here.
I know that's true. That's true.
But I do like where I'm situated. It's not a hotel; it's an apartment, so I can cook. Cook and shit.
Here's another thing I don't see you doing, right? And I maybe it's because you're old school, but I don't see you wooing women.
Wooing?
Yeah.
What is that? How's that look? Can you show me?
Yeah. How do you?
How do you woo?
You also watch someone do it.
Well, no. What I've never seen is why are you looking at me like that? Maybe you have your own style of wooing.
I'm wooing you.
I don't I don't like your wooing techniques. It's weird. It's creepy. But no, what I'm saying is that because I'm sometimes I go to the comedy store and I'll have a lady with me and I woo them.
Yeah.
I don't see
by saying do you know Marc Maron? And you introduce her to people that in the hallway.
I've done that before.
Yeah.
Haven't I done that before?
Yeah. Does that work?
It works 100%. And see, you don't know the power of, you know what I mean?
What?
You sway pussy for
Paulie, come here. I want you to meet.
Yeah. No, not Polly. No, yeah. Not Polly. Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
No. But I don't see you wooing women. Is that not your style?
I think I like to be. I'd rather be wooed.
Oh, really?
Than I don't. I don't like.
Yeah.
I've got the one time.
Yeah.
I came to there was a brief window in time where I was in between relationships, and somehow I had gotten involved with this influencer who lived in Texas, and she was cute as fuck, and probably too young for me, obviously, but she was just really kind of classically hot. She looked like a miniature Jerry Hall. Ooh. Really pretty, and I liked her a lot. And she came out to visit me, and I'm like, I'm gonna bring her to the store because I'm not that guy.
Yeah.
If Kit, my girlfriend now comes, she's just gonna hang out, whatever.
Yeah.
Woo. But I'm like, I'm gonna show off this girl because I got one that I can take to the store.
Right.
It's it's the same thing with the car. Someone drives up with the car and you're like, whose fucking car is that? And then he gets out with the girl. You're like, the whole package. That's what I mean. Right.
Yeah.
But I'm not that guy. So
you're not that guy. Okay.
I'm not. The one time I did it, I was like, and I knew in my head that was sort of what I was doing. And I just felt like such a fucking asshole.
Oh, you got it in your own head.
I was just sort of like, I shouldn't be with this girl at all.
Right.
And it's like, what am I doing?
Yeah,
Just,
yeah.
You know, here go, like now I'm that guy.
Yeah.
Like, who's
Why do you have a problem with that guy all the time? that guy that you're talking about is a good guy, maybe.
really name one that's a good guy?
That's that guy?
Yeah.
That's interesting. that's a hard one. Well, I mean,
It's
Anthony Jeselnik.
sure, but who does he show up with?
Yeah, he's got a girlfriend.
Right, she
Yeah,
works
so
at the
Who's that guy?
store.
Yeah, exactly. I just threw out a name. I don't even know because I can't even figure out.
Yeah, you don't know.
Well, I
that
mean,
guy.
Does it all
only a
start
few
to
people that
feel
do
the
it.
same?
What do you
Does
mean?
it all start to feel the same every
What?
time? Like you take a girl, you introduce her to the same like people. Like, is there still a thrill in that for you, Bobby?
Let me just throw.
Is there a thrill? Is there a dopamine hit? Is there like a
No, it's actually, you're right. In my mind, I'm that guy.
It's-
I'm that guy. No, right. I'm that guy.
You're not-
And no, I am. Now I just realized I'm that guy.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be that guy. So there is none.
But be that guy if you want to be that guy.
Yeah, but that guy
but it
apparently
only
from Mark's-
works the first time you bring them. The next time they're like, ugh.
Oh, that's 100%.
Yeah. So like you bring them the one time and it's all exciting.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like, you want to go to the store with me? Like, why?
Yeah. Yeah. They don't go.
No.
Or then you switch clubs. I've done that one.
It's only so many clubs.
Yeah. So I'm at the Improv. I'm that guy, right? And then that dies, and then eventually they don't want to come anymore, and then it kind of dissipates.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. And there's sadness involved in that. Yeah. So you know what? I apologize for even questioning that.
But how about the time where you bring somebody and you're that guy?
Yeah.
And then some other comic just starts, hey, wooing your, cock blocks you're wooing.
Oh,
How's that go
that's
for
happened.
you? Of course it's happened. Comics are animals.
Yeah. That's happened. Or let me say,
Just
all right.
hug a little too long.
But not only that, here's another thing that's happened. You realize that they've already previously been wooed.
Sure.
Yeah, they've been wooed many
By the
times.
one?
By many ones, right? Right? And like it's like, and I'm like their 50th comic woo.
Yeah.
Right.
50
Yeah.
woo.
And
You
then
got
all
to
of a-
follow a lot of headliners.
Yeah. And you realize
worst nightmare.
Yeah. And I can't. Right.
Yeah.
I can't.
When am
follow,
I going on?
I can't follow some of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're like the Bill Burr of that. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah.
And so then I'm like, oh fuck, I fucked up, and I can't follow it. You're right. So you know what? I apologize for even.
It's all right.
questioning
I
that
mean,
you don't woo.
I'm very aware of it.
Yeah.
And I know that I did it that one time and it didn't feel great to me.
Okay.
I'd rather just go with the one that I'm with, in a real way. But like, it's so funny with women and comics is that like, yeah, they'll go with you, but they're just going to sit in the green room and be like, ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, like, and they're watching, and then you got to feel like, I'm just going to go up and do that. You remember that stuff I did last night?
Yeah.
I'm going to do that again.
Yeah.
I might do one new one. So you might want to watch.
Yeah, I've done that. Yeah, I've done
Like,
that. Yeah.
I got one new one.
Yeah, I had one girl go, nothing new. I go, you know that little bit I did? I changed up the fucking little switch in the end a little bit.
That's like the worst thing you can say to Bobby Lee. It's like, don't you do any new jokes?
Okay. Anyway.
That's the end of this fucking date.
Oh my God.
Second date. That's
Okay.
You did the same act.
Oh,
All right.
no.
I guess
Okay,
we're not
yeah,
going out
okay.
again.
You son of a bitch. DraftKings Casino. In a world of slot reels and blackjack deals comes the must-play event of the summer from DraftKings Casino, featuring nonstop action. And an all-star cast of games, including A-Lister, Loki's Luck. This summer blockbuster is one you won't want to miss.
Plus, new players can get $100 instantly in casino credits with just $1 wager, and all players get a blockbuster bonus every week. So sign up with code TigerBelly. Grab your popcorn. It's showtime on DraftKings Casino.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Or in West Virginia, visit www.1800gambler.net. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. 21 plus, physically present in Connecticut, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia only. Void in Ontario. Eligibility and other restrictions apply. New customers only. $1 wager to earn $100 in non-withdrawable casino credits that expire in 168 hours. Terms at casino.draftkings.com/blockbuster.
Game time. Game time makes getting tickets for concerts and events faster and easier, even if you don't want to buy tickets right away. Prices on Game Time app actually go down the closer it gets to showtime start.
With killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seat, and their lowest price guarantee, Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying concert tickets. And I'll show you how it works.
Tell me,
okay?
let me look
So I
at
have
the
the app right here, and
Yeah.
I really want to go see my favorite comedian.
Who is it?
Mr. Bobby Lee,
Yeah, when?
in October at
yeah.
Irvine Improv.
Yeah.
So here you go.
Yeah. How much is it?
It's $82.
Okay.
Right now, but
Yeah.
that price could drop
Yeah.
closer to day of if it's not already sold out, which it probably will
will
be
be.
in a week, right? Okay, so with Game Time, you can save up to 60% off buying last minute for sports, concerts, comedy, theater,
Yeah.
etc. The lowest price guarantee or Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference.
Wow. Take the guesswork out of buying concert tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code BELLY for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code BELLY for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed.
But here's another thing is about wooing is sometimes the wooing doesn't work because they don't know anything about comedy.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're
yeah.
like, oh, hey, here's Bert Kreischer, and they're like, oh, hi, and then like, do you know who that was? Like, no.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Some women, like the girl I've been dating lately, she doesn't know any comic. She doesn't know anybody.
Intro Mark for the episode.
But I think how many times has he been on here?
Twice. This is the second time, I think, only, right?
It's got to be a third.
No, second.
I think it's only the second.
Really?
The only other time I was here, I taught you how to tell time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
How to read a clock.
Well, guys,
How's that going for you?
I know how.
Good.
Yeah, I go to train stations and I can do it. I really can. I go 3:15. Anyway, so next guy, this comic. Anyway, this guy.
Are you going to cut this in later?
No, I
do
just
it
do
now.
it now.
20 minutes in.
Yeah.
Intro.
Oh, okay.
You know, sometimes movies do that. I like when they put the fucking title like 10 minutes into the movie.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Don't you like that?
I find that to be interrupting.
What a different.
Like
yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
in
yeah,
the
yeah,
thing,
yeah.
and now it's like
I
I know
know.
what movie I came to see.
I know, but I like it's cool.
Okay.
Like out of nowhere, it's like
Sure.
you know. Anyway,
You're going to add that effect?
yeah, I just did it.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. This guy, WTF, movies, television, friend, comic, Marc Maron. Give him a round of applause.
Thank you. Lovely to be here.
Are you gonna have
Yeah.
Kamala on?
I don't know. Maybe when she's president.
Only that's when you do it.
Yeah, I don't do politics.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
know?
Not really.
Have you had RFK?
Fuck no.
Oh, we had him.
Ugh.
Well, we can get what we can get. You know what I mean?
Oh my God. How was that
He
for
was
you?
super sweet.
Yeah. Well,
Nice
that's good.
guy. He was on with Cheryl Hines. I thought it was pretty nice.
No politics. We didn't talk.
We didn't talk about politics at all. Politics.
Did you talk about? What did you talk about? Did you talk about the crows he feeds? Did you talk about his fitness regimen?
Yeah, yeah.
Did
We talked about his
Cheryl was
pet
here too.
emu.
Yeah, his pet emo. Yeah, emo. Yeah.
Yeah.
We talked a lot with Cheryl too. Yeah, she's a sweet lady.
I knew him, like, I've been aware of him for a long time because when I did radio at Air America, he also had a show.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, wow. But you've never met him.
I think I met him once. Yeah, I don't know what's going on in there.
Okay.
And it's like, you know, whatever's coming out is okay, but it doesn't imply that there's anything great going on in there.
Yeah. I don't know much about him, you know, but so this show, I'm so jealous of this show that you're on.
Really?
Well, I'll tell you why. Not jealous.
You do a lot of shows.
I know I'm doing fine, but
Yeah.
not jealous.
Right.
But I want to say, I don't even know why I came that way. You know, I'm happy for you, but it's a big.
It's hard to tell the difference.
different.
Yeah, I have the same problem.
Really?
I fucking resent you. What I meant to say is, like, I respect you and I appreciate you.
But, but do you have a little bit of that or no?
Of what?
Of that?
To you?
No, just in general.
Which part?
It's not a jealousy. It's like, and I hate that about myself.
Envious, maybe?
It's not even envious. It's just like I hate that about myself.
No, it's a what about me?
There's that. I know what you're
Yeah,
talking
that's
about.
what I'm
Like,
saying. I don't
no
like
matter
it.
what anybody else gets, even if you don't want it, you're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I don't like that. Do you like it?
Why would I like it?
But do you do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's an interesting thing.
It's not. It's a terrible thing.
It's a terrible thing. Yeah.
But I try to keep it to myself.
Oh, and don't say it out loud.
Well, I mean, we can, but yeah, this is a safe space.
Yeah.
It's like a meeting.
But even when I think it though,
Yeah.
I there's a part of me that goes, oh God, this is so ugly. Yeah, and I try to switch it. You know. What I
Yeah.
mean? But it's like I want to get rid of that, but maybe that's just in my nature.
Well, okay. Well, what's the source of it? The source of it is it's not me, and that's a problem.
Well, here's the good news. Because it doesn't happen as much because as I get more successful, it just doesn't happen as much.
How do you like that? That's pretty good. I'm serious.
Are you being real?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah,
that
because-
means that you have found success makes a big difference. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
you,
think so.
you always tell me that too, and like because I don't see it. Like I'm like whining about something about the
Oh,
show.
I
It's
said
like,
that to you.
dude, you're in a show.
I know. I do that with you at the store. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm like, I don't know.
Because I remember the pre all of it, Mark.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And to see how far you've come. And you've been around forever. What?
It's like
No. You've changed.
Right. I like that. Like he's the one guy every time he brings me up, and it's respectful. But he goes, "This guy's a legend," which means to me, like, let's just bring him out. He's been doing it a long time.
What else do I say?
Nothing. That was. I like.
I
that
see
you say
other
it.
things. I get. You know what? Fuck you, man.
No. Don't.
I'm
There's
sorry.
no reason to start. You say
I know.
a lot of nice things.
I don't know.
I appreciate it.
But my intros to you
Are very good.
Are very good.
They're very.
I'm
nice.
specific.
You're right.
I
And
hate
you,
when
like-
they're not specific.
Yeah. I try
Clubs
to
and
make
colleges
mine-
is the worst kind.
Yeah, I tried to. Or how about the Argus riff intro? This guy's doing a one-man show at the La Jolla Playhouse. What are you talking about?
He really hasn't said that before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The La Jolla Playhouse?
Yeah.
He's fucking making shit up.
Yeah. He also like he doesn't know what you're doing, but he wants to make it seem like he's.
He always brings me up. He's got a podcast, Maron on Maron.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is that?
Yeah, another big
Marin
thing.
on-
He was. We found him. We found him in La Jolla. Right.
That
And I'm
whole
like,
thing. He was born here.
Yeah.
At this place.
And I'm like, we found. You didn't find me, dog. You know what I mean? Who's we?
No, you always give very nice intros. Sometimes I lose momentum of my intros in the middle. Where like, you know,
Yeah.
I'm trying to do a nice thing,
Yeah.
and then it kind of trails off into something else,
Yeah.
and I don't say it with the right, thrust,
Right.
Like I used to bring, like this guy used to have a TV show. That kind of stuff.
Yeah. You've said that before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I never think like I just think like he was on to you. You might know him from this.
Right.
I don't think he's gonna be like got canceled. Like bringing up Brett Morin is always challenging.
Oh, that was yeah. Yeah. I say he was. Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
He was on Undateable.
Right.
Did something on Netflix. Yeah, man.
Yeah, so-
But that's all credits are, right?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
try
yeah.
to be specific.
Yeah.
I'm always sort of like, what's the name of your podcast?
Oh, that's right.
That's the
Yeah.
Riffin with Griffin. All right. That's going up.
Yeah.
What's the other one?
When me and Andrew started Bad Friends, we were literally gonna call our podcast "Riffin Without Griffin." And then when we brought it to him, he just was livid, so we just never did it. I think that would have been a great fucking podcast.
Oh my God! I always Eric is always very sweet to me, but I don't know if he's about to blow up. He's never blown up on me.
Yeah. No, he's a nice.
Like Santino, I'll bring on. I'll say this guy, him and I, we made an attempt to be friends. We took a hike, and it didn't pan out.
Is that true?
Yeah,
You went hiking with Andrew.
yeah.
Well, and it didn't pan out.
We never did it again.
Right.
We've never done
But
anything again.
I've never heard of him hiking anywhere.
Yeah, we went out.
That's a big thing.
And it was a nice day.
Yeah.
And I think it was during that window of time where people were like, we got to show up for Mark, and he came. You know.
Really?
Yeah.
There was a window with
With the grief stuff. You know, a lot of people showed up.
Oh,
and
yeah.
But yeah, we had a pretty nice time. But the truth is like, I love the guy. I don't know him that well. He's always entertaining.
Yeah.
You can't trust anything he says, and
on stage or off stage.
anytime.
I know.
Like he's
I
gonna
know.
he's gonna tell you something, and you're like, really? And then you walk away, and you're like, oh my God, there's that fucker. There's no way that's true.
Yeah, that's not true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
He just
you're
said things
saying
to me
things
where
I've wanted to say for a long time. Thank you so much for saying it.
what do you like? He'll tell
There
you
we go,
something
keep going.
about somebody, and you're like, oh my God,
Yeah.
I didn't know that. And then you see that person, and you're thinking about what Andrew said,
Yeah.
and then you realize it's not true.
Yeah.
You know, and it's fine
Yeah.
if he wants to do that.
Yeah.
But then I'm always sort of like, he's like, hey, buddy. And he's always very nice to me. I get a kick out of him.
Yeah,
and I like him.
Sweet man.
I think so.
He is. He's a good guy.
But he's like a devil. He's a full.
I know. I I know. I mean, he pokes and pokes and giggles and giggles. I get it.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
But what I'm saying, deep down inside, I don't think that I would be in a business with somebody that wasn't deep down
But
a decent man.
Yeah, he's very entertaining, and I think he does show up for his friends. But he's he's fucking with you, almost all the time. Mm-hmm. And so you never know when he's not.
Yeah. He's also one of those guys where I know that there's like a little corner that if you turn that corner, it's done. He'll rage out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I can read his face and know when I'm on that line.
He seems like a cauldron of there's a lot
of
of heat,
emotion. Yeah.
a lot of heat.
A lot of heat.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's working, And also another thing is that if we're Simon and Garfunkel, I'm Garfunkel. I can live with that.
But like we're comics, so we know all the different kinds. And I always love seeing that guy, and I like watching him. I think he's funny.
He's so
and
good.
and he's always nice to me. But I bring him up because we did not become friends. But I don't know what we would have done. I don't golf.
Yeah.
What am I going to do with Andrew Santino? Go to the movies?
You don't have a fancy car.
I don't have a fancy
He's
car.
a
I don't
fancy
give a
car.
fuck.
Yeah, he's like, yeah.
I don't watch sports.
But how?
I
I'll
don't-
tell you what you
But were both of you hikers?
I don't know. I don't. I
Everyone
hike,
hikes, Khalyla.
Oh, really, Bobby?
I hiked yesterday by myself.
and it's really.
I went over there, did that thing by myself.
How far did you get?
Not that far, to the post.
That's not even where the hike starts.
I think that's where it
That's
starts.
a parking lot.
I know. I went to the post though.
I knew it.
Yeah, and I gave up. Yeah,
It was a hard hike, and we did it. And it was,
yeah.
and we had a good time. We had a good talk. I don't know. I think I'm a little bit much in general. Like, in terms of like, if you're just, I don't know. I hang out with like two people.
Well, the other night
How
I was
many people do you hang out with? Really?
really nobody.
Right.
Really nobody.
Well, but
I think
it's
you and I are
fine.
similar in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a couple of guys that know me
We're
real well.
We're cat guys.
Yeah.
Cat guys are different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dog guys are just like, hey.
Yeah. They get physical. Yeah. And they're always like doing like a group golf thing or a trip. I've never been invited to a group guy adventure. Have you?
Like a boys trip? What guy?
Yeah, like Andrew does it all the time. Oh yeah, me and my pals and the celebrities and stuff. We're up in Oregon, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't.
For a week.
No,
I've never
it's like
been.
couples who travel with each other. I'm like,
Yeah.
what is that? And no, I can't do that.
Yeah. Have you been invited to a group guy thing?
I'm not invited to anything.
You've never been. Have you been invited to a pool party?
Yeah.
Have you gone?
Yeah.
Whose?
Jeff Ross.
Oh, I've been to that one of those
Yeah,
before. Yeah,
it's
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, they're okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get in. Yeah, I didn't get into the pool.
Oh, right.
But I hung out. I like seeing people. I genuinely like going to things where everyone's there, and I walk around and I get some laughs, and I see everybody. I'm very happy to see everybody.
I went to a pool party with you once.
Yeah.
Guess which one it was? Years ago.
Oh, Dane Cook.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
But even that, I just like seeing the guys. I
Yeah.
like seeing everybody, but I
Yeah.
don't need to spend the weekend with them. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I run around. I love talking and people. I love it.
Yeah, but
I
I just don't
don't get out.
But I just don't get invited to like trips. You know what I mean, or things like
Do you
that.
have a best friend?
Yeah.
Who's this? What's his name?
Sam.
This is AI.
A guy named Sam.
And
Who
do you
is he?
guys hang out for long periods? Or could you do a
Sam-
weekend with Sam?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I could. And Sam Lipsyte. He's a novelist, and he teaches at Columbia in New York.
Wow.
And and Jerry Stahl is another one.
I like
that
Jerry, yeah.
I hang out with him. And those are the main two. And Sam's in New York, but we talk like during COVID, we talked every fucking night.
Yeah.
Yeah, every fucking night for like an hour or so. We're working on a script together right now.
Oh, cool.
And and I know him and he knows me. But Jerry, you got the friend where, Sam and I, we get along great. But like, if there's something like going on in me in a way where I'm like, I don't know, dude. Because Jerry's sober too.
Yeah.
So you need those guys.
Yeah.
Where you're like, okay, I can't tell anybody else this.
Yeah.
And you got
need that. Yeah.
You got to have one of those guys.
Yeah, I have one of those. Yeah.
Yeah, but some guys who have families and stuff, you're like, I'm not gonna do that.
Right.
Yeah. But I want to say something. I want to start a fight with you, but it's just something I've noticed, if I may. I find that whoever you're with at the store, because you're always either with, they generally don't like me. Even when you introduce me to them, I just feel like they're just not into. You know what I mean? And maybe it's in my head, but it's always like, hey, you know what I mean? It's like,
What? This?
yeah. The other day there was a guy that has his own radio show. What's his name? There was a guy there that you're like, you don't know that guy, and I was like, oh no, who is he?
Who's that?
he was like a guy. He either has a talk show or a radio show or some show or sports show or something.
It wouldn't be sports.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, and then he went, yeah, like that.
Really? I didn't go with that guy. I just knew him.
No, you knew him.
Right.
You had long conversations with him.
Really?
I feel like he was there to see you. And then the other night, you were sitting there eating a pretzel.
Yes.
But before you ate the pretzel, I observe you.
You really watch him a lot.
Dude, I'm like a Marc Maron eagle, dude. I watch you from across the fucking room.
But it's been good between us. Before.
Very,
like
very good.
anytime, back in the day, it'd just be like, how you doing, Bobby? He's like, no, I know what you're doing.
No, that's done.
Yeah, I know.
We're past that.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, but now, Hawkeye.
Okay, so I'm eating. Okay,
right, so
fine. I'm eating the pretzel.
But in the front, you were with two other guys. Who were they?
Oh, I just met those guys.
Oh, that's what it was then.
Yeah, no, I don't.
I'm in my head.
No, I don't know those.
Oh,
guys.
yeah.
Just the other day.
Yeah, the other day. Yeah, I go, where did Mark go? Because I wanted my friend Alan Meadows.
You
was like,
introduced him.
Yeah, he goes,
nice guy.
Alan goes, can I meet Marc Maron? I think he's still here. And that's when you were eating the pretzel.
Yeah.
And you were fumbling around with it. Why?
I was dipping in the mustard. Really fumbling around. So those guys, it was some guys they were producers or something. And they just kind of like sat down. Could we talk to you? And then I was.
Did he pitch you anything?
He's a big producer, that guy.
Oh, wow.
But like it was one of those. Getting back to the Sutton, that's one of those things where this guy's like, "Can we just sit down?" And there I was, and it turned out to be an interesting conversation because he produced Bert's movie.
Oh wow, The Machine.
Yep, and he produced Elf. He's like a big guy.
Oh right, wow,
that guy.
Yeah,
so I was just talking to him, and then he's like, "I like you, man. We're gonna get you a big part."
Yeah,
like,
he did not like me.
I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, no, I'm being real. It was like kind of like I go, "Where's Mark?" And, he didn't introduce himself. He's like, "I think he's over there."
Yeah.
I mean, if he's like this big producer guy, and he was a fan of. I was a fan of his.
People love you though. Like
I'm not. Sorry, you're right. Sorry.
Like you're one of those guys like everybody recognizes.
That's fantastic.
Right?
That's fantastic news.
You're like Spuds McKenzie. Like
I don't need it. I'm well aware of. I'm very blessed.
Yeah.
But I wanted to also ask you this: you're on a new show with Owen Wilson.
Yeah.
Your third lead.
Yeah.
And when you booked the show, were you excited?
Oh my God. What do you think?
Yes.
No. So this is like this will feed exactly into what you
wait. So
think about.
Do you read for it?
No.
Offer only.
Yeah.
They called you.
Right.
They offered you the part.
Yes.
And you said yes.
I got plans this summer.
Oh right. Well, you said that.
Kinda.
And they called again.
Well, not. Oh, look at that! I forgot you can just pull these things up. It's a good picture.
Yeah.
It's a great picture.
Great picture.
Great picture.
No, here's the thing: is like I get offered this thing, and like I act, but like I don't chase it, right? So like I want to do it, but I don't know if I really like it, because there's a lot of waiting around. Like I'm kind of fucked up like that. So I get offered this thing, and all I'm thinking is like I got to be away from home for how long?
All right.
And then because of acting, I'm like, so I'm the supporting role. How much? There's gonna be a lot of waiting. The scripts were pretty good. It's gonna be a sweet show. It's kind of a underdog show.
Oh, good.
But like I decided like I'm gonna work on my new hour. I'm gonna go to New Mexico. Like I had all these plans.
Right.
And then they're like, well, they want you to do it. I'm like, I want because we don't. When you run your own business and you have money, and that's not a driving factor,
right?
You can really just like your first instinct is like, I don't need to do that.
Yeah, I do that. But when you say Owen Wilson and you see the project and you see your part and stuff, and it's an Apple show, right?
Yeah. So
then you know that it's going to look good, right?
Well, I had to be told all this.
I know, but also I know that. Because we've talked about your appearance in old movies like Almost Famous. Sure. I thought it's memorable that you're in that movie in my mind. Uh-huh. So I think acting was always something that you wanted to do.
Of course. And
now that it's available to you, it's hard to say now.
Well, what I had to think about though was like, okay, so once I get over the idea that like I'm going to be away for a long time, which I don't love. I don't mind going on the road and then come like for a few days and come home for a few days. But the idea of like I'm going to be away from my life, but then you kind of like, what life? I don't have kids. I drive an Avalon that makes noises. Yeah. So so it had to be broken down for me. And also the fact is that I do the podcast in a very particular way. And that's the primary form of income. And I have a partner in that business and we have responsibilities.
Right.
And I have to be able to do that. So when I was like, how am I going to do it? You know, and then they don't know what a podcast is. They're like, well, we'll get you a room when you need a room.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
no, I need to talk to people.
Yeah.
So that was an obstacle because I'm in business with somebody too.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is the primary job, that and stand up.
Backlog?
Well, yeah, but you got to do that. So I got to have time to do that.
Like today I'm doing it.
Right.
Yeah, today I'm
but
doing it.
I can't just go up for 3 months, you know, to do a backlog for 3 months.
That's true.
So there was a lot of things going on. I'm like, well, it's really going to cut into the way I live my life. And so I thought, like, my agent, and that's the thing also, is that because the business is so kind of like a lot not happening, a lot of people aren't working.
Yeah.
So they get an offer only. They're like, this big deal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I knew, like, if I'm like, fuck it, they're going to be like, oh, well, fuck you. Good luck getting work. So the factors that came into my mind is that, like, I need to figure out whether I really like acting. And this is an opportunity to do that. I got to figure out whether I can, you know, figure out a way to live away from home in a way that doesn't drive me fucking crazy and wait in a trailer for hours that doesn't drive me crazy.
Yeah.
And also I knew that if I want to act, you know, this will put me on some sort of radar, maybe.
Yeah, well, yeah.
As a guy who does the work. And I knew all that. But what ultimately drove me to do it was like, I need to figure out whether I really enjoy acting. I just knew, you know, we all want to do it.
Yeah.
But, you know, to wait 3 hours to do 5 minutes in a scene that's 2 lines.
Right.
You know, and then to wait another hour to do it again.
Can they change that?
I don't know. They can't.
Yeah, they can.
No, you want to believe that? Because like every
Can they
time.
change that?
Let me ask you this. When
It's like, what are you doing?
You've been on a lot of sets.
No,
Let me
no,
ask you
no.
this. Right.
What the
So
fuck are you
so
hands
you're
in my face for, man?
So you're in the trailer.
What's going on here?
I'm trying to talk to you.
All right,
to
sorry.
Keep your
sorry.
attention.
All right.
Okay,
Hello, I'm here. Oh, go ahead. I'm here. I'm here.
So you're in the trailer and you're like, this is just the way this is. You know, I'm going to wait for the next shot. But at what point do you get to the point like, what the fuck could they be doing?
Yes.
We're in a studio.
Yeah.
What is going on?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So-
But you guys suck it up.
I know, but
You
also
pay big money.
one time, you remember we were living together. One day, I wake up at like 10 in the morning, and there was a guy in my house, my condo. And I go, "What are you doing here?" He's like, "You had a 6 a.m. call." I was on a sitcom.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So we rushed to the fucking thing. Remember, it was a panic day.
Yeah.
Right. And I get on set. And I go, oh, I'm so sorry. No one would talk to me. They were livid, right?
Yeah.
I go, what'd you guys do? Oh, we just shot Jenna Fisher out.
Yeah.
Then in my mind, I'm like, oh, you could have just gave me a done in the first place. You know what
You
I mean?
didn't need me?
Yeah. Just to call me in at 10. I mean, my point is that I think they do it too early, dude. Because a lot of times you wait 8 hours. What the fuck is the problem?
The problem is they know that you're a guy that's going to fuck up and not show up for the call. So they're protecting themselves. We better get Bobby.
Oh, that's true. Okay, that's a bad example.
You don't think
That's
they've
a bad
worked with
example.
actors every time?
Oh,
It's like,
that's a bad
This
example.
guy, I don't know.
Yeah. Also, they just want to make sure that
You're there.
Okay.
But
Fair enough.
but here's what's happening for the first month. You know, I was up there. You know, there's some good scenes, man. You know, and me and Owen hung out, and we have to sell the idea that we've been friends for like 30 years.
Okay, that's the one I want to get to because I'm a huge fan of his. I mean, I'm like,
Great guy. And like
That's all I want to hear.
And we, you know, we'd never met before. And but like, you know me, like despite what anyone thinks of me, I can lock in with just about anything.
I fucking love you, dude.
Yeah.
I really do.
I love you too.
Okay.
So we gel and we're doing the thing, we're talking, and we're, you know, before we start shooting. So that's in place. I know that's going to be good. And then there's the scripts, and that's a whole other ball of wax.
Right.
You got to sit there as a comic and as a smart guy and go like, I don't know about this.
Okay. I'm glad you're. I base it on this. So I'm doing a movie next week in Montana for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay. And I have to fly all the way to, I think, Butte, Montana, be there for 3 weeks.
Right.
I don't know how the food's going to be. It's going to be a lot
Not
of waiting
good.
around, right? And I know. And then I said no to it a bunch of times. And at the last second, I finally read it.
Right.
I said no to it before. I didn't read it.
Why? Why'd you say no? Because you had to go to Butte, Montana. You didn't know. If
I
the
did. I
food
was just like, I don't want to
gonna
go over it. You know
be-
what I mean? Right.
This is who we are.
Yeah. That's right. I'm agreeing with you. Okay. But then once I read it, once I read it, the part I was like, oh, I can play this guy.
Right.
Yeah. I know how to do this.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, and then we call, like, what's the money like? They're like, it's okay. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? then let's do it, right? So, but I think that if it was Owen Wilson on the thing,
Yeah.
I would immediately say yes, no matter what.
But there's also part of me that's nervous.
Oh, that's true.
And there's also part of me that's sort of like, I'm always the
How
guy.
nervous do you get first day?
I'm not nervous at all.
Did you just say you're nervous?
No, I'm nervous before because here's what my brain does. It's like, well, if they're asking me, they must ask everybody else first.
No.
No, but see, I don't know that innately about myself.
I don't know that about myself either.
Right.
Yeah.
But generally, the reason they're asking people like us
Yeah.
is they want whatever it is that we are.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here thinking like, I got to become this guy. They don't want you to become a guy.
Yeah.
And you don't know that.
They want this.
Right.
Yeah,
And you're
This
sort of
complex
like,
arc.
I got to get a backstory into place.
Yeah.
And I got to figure out a past for this guy. And then by the third week, you're like, I'm just being me.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's,
Is that acting?
Yes.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, because like the lines are the lines. They're not. They're not
right.
And if you think of any great actor, usually they're just themselves.
You're right.
But so what happened was, I think it's just our nature to be like, fuck it, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So once I said like, well, I got to come back every 2 weeks to do the podcast, I thought like, well, that'll get them moving on. They'll, that's the big ass.
Right.
And I didn't want to, I already said I don't want to do it. But my manager was like, well, you got to let the agent go back with something. I'm like, all right, tell him that I got to come back every 2 weeks for 4 days. I'm like, I'm out. And they were like, we'll make it work. Right.
Wow. Now you're in.
Yeah.
You have to do it.
Of course.
And have you been doing it? Hey, you're here now.
Yeah, but it's on paper. We got it in
When do you
writing.
leave?
That was serious.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Wow.
But I got a long time home this time because they didn't need me Friday and Saturday.
Oh,
or,
wow.
or Thursday and Friday.
Oh, they didn't?
Yeah, so I came home. It was nice. But here's the bottom line is that here's what I figured out. That if I stay in a condo and I can cook do the things that I do at home.
Yeah.
Just to ground me.
Yeah.
It's good.
Well, what happens to the cats?
I have someone watching.
Okay, good.
But it's hard.
It's hard, yeah.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
Because
I have the same situation.
Yeah, but it's so weird when you really think about it. You get this weird obsessive thing like, are the cats okay? Are they going to know me?
Why don't you let the cats out now?
Coyotes.
But before, why wasn't that a fucking...
I don't know, because I was stupid.
And then you had a coyote ate one of your cats?
Probably.
You have no idea yet.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Boomer, I don't know what happened.
You still think about him?
No.
Okay. I know. But if Boomer showed up at your house just randomly, would you be excited?
Yeah, it'd be amazing.
Okay, yeah.
It's not going to happen. I looked all over the neighborhood.
Oh my! And that must have been fucking a terrible couple days.
It was the whole thing was horrible because I had to put that cat. He had to be outside.
Yeah.
He was basically an outdoor cat because he pissed on everything in my house. Like on everything.
I have a cat Ming that's doing the same thing.
She doesn't want to be out either. She just wants to not be stressed out.
But this cat would piss where I ate. He would piss in my luggage.
So, yeah, he was marking everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was just sort of like, well, I was when I was with Mishna, and she was, it doesn't matter. But I put him outside, and I had other cats in the house, and it happened eventually. He just disappeared.
Oh my gosh, that's so sad.
But it's
I'm not
not
gonna
as
do
sad
that
as,
with Mimo. Okay, she's gonna stay in that.
Right.
It was not as sad as having to put two of them down.
Oh wow.
That's the saddest thing. That's the hardest thing. And that's how you know how crazy you are.
Yeah.
Like I had LaFonda had kidney problems and she was fucked. And I was doing IV fluids every other day.
Yeah.
And then you just wait around. It's like you give her the fluids and you'd be like, oh, she's going to be good. And they're like, no, she's not.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had to put her, that was the fucked up thing. It's I put her down before the pandemic, right? And then the pandemic happens, and then fucking Lynn passes away, and then all I've got is Monkey, and Monkey's not doing so well. And I'm like, dude, you got to hang on
The monkey.
for a little,
How old
for
is
at
Monkey?
least a couple months.
How old was Monkey?
16.
Oh, Monkey.
Yeah. So Lynn died, and and all I had was Monkey and this other one, and I'm like, dude, I can't handle it. I know you're sick. Yeah. And I'm giving him IV fluids, but I'm you're just going to have to hang out for a couple more months.
Oh, Monkey.
And then we'll deal with it.
Did Monkey last?
He did. He
good.
lasted until I decided to put him out of his misery.
Yeah.
But the thing that I hate about Monkey, about that whole thing, is he had other problems and the kidneys were going and he had hyperthyroid and all this stuff and he wasn't happy. He was hiding. And but I still don't know if he could have lasted longer. Of course he could have.
Yeah.
But after a certain point, you've got to make the call. And I brought him in There's nothing.
Are they visually in pain? I mean, you could just see them.
Cats
Yeah,
are really good at like
hiding the pain, but
the
they get
pain.
emaciated.
They do,
And LaFonda was loopy. She got loopy. She was just trying to climb in the toilet, and so it was done.
Oh,
She
right.
lost her mind.
Oh, right. Okay.
And
my God.
Monkey was doing that thing where they hide because they just want to
Yeah.
die somewhere. So
Is that what? Wait, that's what
Animals do.
When
Even
so
dogs do that.
so Ming is hiding. Is that what she's doing?
She's hiding from construction that's happening
yeah, they get
in your
freaked
home.
out. Yeah,
Yeah, and she's having sterile UTIs because she doesn't like new people coming into her space.
Yeah.
Okay, calm down. Okay.
Yeah.
But when I brought Monkey into the vet after I'd been doing the fluids, I would literally during COVID, I'd take him to the vet just to get the fluids so he would stay, okay. And then there was the visit to the vet where I'm like, so what do you think? And the vet, he was a good vet too. He's like, I think you do it. I'm like, all right. And I'd already done LaFonda, and I'm very,
Oh my God.
and I'm very like I can do that. Like I can be there.
Yeah.
It's heavy, but there's.
But how do you do it?
Well, you just sit there, you hold them, they give them the first shot, which puts them to sleep, and then they give them the next shot that's lethal. And then it's over. And then, you let them take them away, and then you get the ashes. But the worst part is the fucking leaving that vet with the empty fucking carrier.
Oh my God, you're fucking breaking my heart right now, man.
worst,
Oh my God, it's the worst.
The worst.
Do you get a kitten right away or no?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you have to almost.
Well, I had the one kitten. I had Buster.
Yeah. She's
cat-
crying. She's crying.
She's crying.
Terrible.
I can't even deal with
terrible.
putting animals.
I mean,
But it's the thing you got to do.
but why'd you add the empty carrots thing? I mean, I
No,
was
because
fine
that is
until
so
then.
real. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
ugh, I can't even talk about it because I'm just gonna burst out
This
crying.
is the funniest episode you've done.
I mean, you should have added the empty carriage.
No,
but
and it's
That's a symbol of this. It's just so sad.
but there's something that happens to you because your every move in your home, there is a part of you where you always expect them to be, like in a
Yeah.
corner of the house, and then you come home and you think you see them, but they're not there.
Oh my
And
God.
like that is so jarring to my mentals.
Well, I had the kitten. I had Buster. So like this black kitten, this is a whole other thing. Like this kitten showed up at my old house. This little black kitten, and he was like, he was out there. I don't know
Feral?
how long he was out. I don't think he was. I think somebody had him for a while, and he got out.
Yeah.
And he was about maybe 2 months, but he was little.
Is that him?
Yeah, that's very young Buster. Yeah.
Oh, Buster.
Buster. Handsome.
But this fucking cat, I had him like it wasn't much. He might have been a year old. He was young, and he ate something. Like some plants or something.
Yeah.
And like he was like throwing up water, and he was like he couldn't move, and I was like, what the fuck? So I bring him to the emergency vet, or I bring him to my vet, and the vet's like, he's in renal failure. I'm like, what do we do? I'm like, well, you got to bring him to a emergency vet and get him, like, you got to try to save his life. So like I've always been one of these people with cats, and it's like a hard line to take, and it's not real. But I'm like, what kind of idiot would spend 10 grand to save a fucking cat?
Yeah.
So I got this kitten.
Yeah.
That's Monkey. I got this kitten, and I bring him to the vet, and they put him on IV fluids, and he's in renal failure. And I'm just sort of like, we got to save this cat. The next day, I'm bringing over my shirts so he can smell them. And like $9,000 later, I'm like, thank God.
Is he alive?
Yeah.
God, thank God.
Good story.
Well,
It's a
see,
good
that's
story.
what you spend your money on.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like my biggest expense are my animals. And a couple weeks ago, he thought I freaked out because all my dogs, I rescued a crow and I was feeding this crow. It was
bird?
actually a raven, yeah.
Okay.
And I left grapes out for this raven.
Yeah.
I didn't know we didn't know at that time that the dogs were going to get to the grapes. Grapes are toxic for dogs. So all 4 dogs I had to take to the emergency.
Oh my God. That's
And-
LaFonda. Yeah.
But expensive. But then we don't even think twice about it. We're like, of course, let's just like blow all our money
Yeah.
on trying to
Yeah.
save everybody. They
Yeah.
were fine. They were fine.
Yeah,
Nothing
I mean, there
happened.
comes a point where, like, you realize how much you project onto these animals.
Yeah.
That you sort of lose focus of where they're at, like with the cats, like because some people keep cats alive just so long, and they've already had a great life,
Mm-hmm.
and because they're not in the wild, they're still alive.
Yeah.
But there comes a point you can't just hold on to that. Half hour where they're acting normal
Yeah.
and think everything's going to turn around. But now I got 2 other kittens. I got Charlie.
How old is Charlie?
He's like almost 2 years now, and he's like such an asshole. Like Kit worked at the Humane Society, my
Oh
girlfriend.
yeah. I love her, by the way.
Yeah, she loves you too. And she got and somebody there had a litter of kittens, and I just had Buster. That's Charlie,
Oh,
a young Charlie.
yeah.
And but it was weird. So Kit gets me a litter, and I picked this like gray tabby that looked so cool. But it turned out the family that had the litter, they wanted to keep that one. So I got one that looked like Monkey, like an orange tabby. It's Sammy. And Sammy's like he always looks scared and nervous. And now and then he was just stupid. He was like this dumb fucking cat.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what am I gonna do with this dumb cat? Like he didn't like
Yeah.
But
Sammy's still there?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, because eventually you're like, okay, I get him now.
Yeah.
He's not dumb, he's just slow. And he's
We have one of those, but I feel more. I love the dumb ones. I think.
well, yeah,
they
turned out to be your favorite cats
Yeah.
because they're harder to read, and it turns that's a young Charlie. See how nervous he looks?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
But he loves you. I mean, is he purring next to you there or no?
I think he was just sort of like I'm.
What
not
a
sure.
cute cat, dude.
I'm not sure what's happened.
Orange
Sammy?
tabbies are the best. That's Sammy.
But let me ask you, Mark. Do you spend like sometimes I'm at home, right?
Yeah,
And I see my cats, and sometimes I kind of ignore them.
yeah.
Yeah.
But so I have to kind of force myself to go. You know what? Spend like 10 minutes with each cat, and and connect.
Yeah, see, I'm not a standard cat person because like I walk in, I'm like, what's going on? Where we at? Buster.
Oh, you talk to them.
Well, Buster talks.
Oh, right.
I always have at least one talking cat.
Okay.
Like I'll go, Buster.
Yeah.
Buster goes, "Meow," and I'm like, there you go.
Yeah. Oh, you
then-
have a communication.
Oh yeah, I'm totally locked in with them.
Okay.
All the fucking time.
Now I'm going to ask you something that happened.
But Charlie, I gotta tell you, Charlie showed up.
Tell me, Charlie.
There was a feral litter next door, and the mother had moved them all under my steps and back. There was like 6 of them, and she was moving them again, I guess. And I looked under there to see if they were okay, and there was just this one ball of fur under there. Oh. And I'm like, she was probably coming back for him, but I'm like, I'm getting that one.
Yeah.
And it was Charlie, and he was like 2 weeks old. So
Shivering.
No, but Kit had to I didn't know what to do with a 2-week-old cat.
All right.
So
he was
Kit,
just happy, like, hey.
no, he was he was barely
And
formed.
bottle fed.
Yeah,
right?
Kit had a fucking
every 3
bottle
hours.
feed
That's
him
what
every
we did
3
with
hours.
Bojo.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what we did with Bojo. Yeah.
And now he's like just this little fucking asshole.
Yeah.
But I'm very tight with all the cats.
But does that make us a specific kind of person?
I don't know. I don't really think I fall into the stereotypical spectrum of cat guy.
Okay.
Because
Marlon Brando was a cat guy.
Yeah, but he's sort of interior and kind of like.
Can I just say something? You are like that.
What are you talking about?
No. I'm just saying that you are a complex interior kind of a guy.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You're like artsy and kind of sometimes. I think that we're close, and I mean, I like you a lot, but I think at times maybe there was times where you been maybe seem moody.
Yeah. Okay,
no,
I'll accept it.
Accept that, right?
I grew up with dogs, and I just don't live the life where Kit just
Right.
adopted a dog, and I'm wired for dogs. I had dogs all around.
I
me
love
my
dogs
whole
as
life.
well. Yeah.
But I don't I like cats because it's sort of like, all right, you do your thing,
Yeah.
and then when I need to connect with you, we'll try to connect.
I think that's what I'm looking for. I think that's what I'm looking for in a mate.
Yeah, me too.
A girl that's just like, they're doing their own thing, and we'll connect when we connect.
Right, that's sort of what's going on.
Yeah.
She got this mini bull terrier, Kit did.
Oh, I love bull
What is that?
terriers.
Oh,
with
the big nose spuds, McKenna.
Oh yeah.
She got one of those, and she was like, I love it, I want it. And then she got it, and one day later, she's like, this is a lot. And I'm like, you got a dog.
Yeah.
And
Does she live close, or do you guys live together?
No, we don't live together. She's
Okay.
in an apartment over, in Hollywood. But she brought the dog over to meet the cats. I'm like, I don't know how this is going to go. And
sometimes,
dogs
yeah.
are just crazy.
Yeah.
And the cats are curious, but I don't know. There's a lot of animals, and
I
she's
have
got
so much trust in cats when they get introed to dogs because they'll fuck them up. They have
Yeah,
so
they'll
much
fuck around, yeah.
advantage. They have the height. I mean, they're faster. They're smarter.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't worry about that so much.
I want to ask your advice on something real quick before
Yeah.
I forget.
Right.
Something that just happened to me today. May I?
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know how specific I can get because it's.
Not specific at all.
Okay, I can't get specific at all. Okay.
It's just going to be a challenging question.
It's not gonna be challenging. I think I can work my way around it. So I did something for a company. Okay. That's already giving away too much.
An event.
I went on an event.
Yeah.
Right. It's a corporate event.
Promotional event.
Yeah. I mean,
Could
be not.
Okay. So you did it.
Could be not.
Yeah.
Could be not.
Yeah.
Right. And they gave me somebody to be somebody like
Intimate with.
a handler.
Or just a handler.
Or assistant.
Yeah.
Right.
To walk you through everything you needed to do.
Right.
Yeah.
And I made some jokes to this person.
Yeah.
Right. While I was having a cigarette outside, I
Yeah.
made a couple of physical jokes because I'm a comic. And,
Right.
Right.
Sure.
And then I found that today this individual went to HR and I got in trouble. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Can we talk about the jokes?
We can bleep it out.
well, he had a reverse mustache. Like he had like hair missing here. He
Yeah.
was an Asian guy.
Yeah.
I go, what are you doing a reverse? Like what's going on there?
yeah, yeah.
Right? And he goes, well, it's growing. Yeah, I go, all right, well, maybe shave it and or what? I don't know.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all I said, really.
Uh-huh.
Then he went to HR. He called me
You call them reverse.
like I'm reverse,
A
right?
great thing.
And it was yeah.
And then I get a call like you gotta like got kind of scolded like you gotta watch your mouth. This what I mean? And I'm thinking to myself, what is the fuck is going on around here, man?
Yeah.
I mean, am I wrong for?
No. The thing is that as comics, how we interact with each other, we're like animals. So
Okay.
So you get out into the real world,
Yeah.
and you start doing just the thing that we do,
Yeah.
and people they can't even take the force of it. They don't even know what to do with it.
So that's what it is.
Yeah,
Because in my mind, I'm like, this person.
you were
is,
trying to get a laugh.
I got a laugh from another guy next to him.
That might have been the
Yeah,
problem.
Might have
that
been
was
the
a problem.
Yeah. It was like a really nice laugh.
Yeah.
It was a hearty.
So
one.
what you're saying, it was worth it.
It wasn't worth it in the sense that I have to apologize and do all these things.
Yeah.
And then I also have to go, my reputation. It's like your reputation and all this stuff. And it's like, I never even thought in my wildest dreams that would be a thing that somebody would go to a place and complain about.
I guess it's the culture we're in, but we're not. The thing, like, it's one of these things where if you're going to take a job, you're not in control of it, but you've decided to work and do, like, even a TV show. Like sometimes I talk on the podcast, and like these guys that like do Disney shows, they can't even fucking talk in the world.
Right.
Oh, they can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like you got to know going in. I mean, you couldn't have known this. But we live life autonomy because we control our own lives. So as soon as you're on the payroll for whatever, there's a different.
Well, trust me, from now on, I ain't doing anything. Like I ain't saying shit.
I think it's just your way of like trying to strike a rapport, right?
Yeah,
Like,
it's easy. It's an easy. Like I've done that so many times in my life, where you just say a thing.
Yeah.
And whatever. Like I was banned from Comedy Central for years.
Why?
I just told someone else it was fucking crazy, dude. Because I'm like, back in the day,
I like this shit here.
back in the day, I would, I'm good poking.
I know you're a very good poker.
Right. So, but like when you have the skill set to make it funny, it doesn't like I can. Like if I focus in on somebody's weakness or whatever, I do it innately. It's protective. Well, so anyway,
I also feel like you know my soft spots.
Yeah.
And you could really,
but I don't.
And I know you wouldn't. But I'm just saying.
Everyone knows your soft spots.
They do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you do.
Yeah. I think I know some of your soft spots.
Sure.
Okay, let's move on.
It's not hard.
I'm just warning you. I know too.
Yeah, but
Okay.
like I've gotten very good at not.
I know everyone's soft spots. I really do. I really do.
Yeah.
And do you know mine? Let's call it a truce.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like when you don't know what to say, you'll come up with another soft spot.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Comedy Central, go.
Oh, so it's just been taken over by Doug Herzog and Eileen Katz. We're moving over from MTV.
Yeah.
To take over the new Comedy Central.
Yeah.
So this is back in New York. I think it might even be before I got sober.
Wow.
And it was like it had just happened. And there was a big office event at this club in New York, Catch a Rising Star. And I didn't realize it was all the people that worked at Comedy Central. They weren't there, but it was they were kind of at the comedy club.
Yeah.
And I got on stage and I said, I think it's great that Eileen and Doug came over from MTV to run Comedy Central, because I think all of television should look like a round-the-clock pie-eating contest.
Oh my god! I like it.
It's a
like
great
it.
joke.
It's
Yeah.
great.
I like it.
Were they
And-
there?
No, they weren't there.
Oh, good.
but- no, not good.
Oh, not good, not good.
No,
Yeah, yeah.
because someone ratted me out, and
Do you know who it is?
no, it doesn't matter.
It
Because
doesn't matter. We got to get them.
Yeah.
I'll stand by that joke till the fucking day I die.
yeah.
That was a solid goddamn joke.
Yeah.
and I like it.
Yeah.
But I was told.
Yeah.
But I was told years later that at their first corporate retreat, when they were laying out sort of the agenda,
I love it.
for the new Comedy Central.
Yeah.
Herzog was like, "No Marc Maron, ever."
Wow.
Basically,
Wow.
like I was a topic
wow.
at the corporate retreat,
Whoa. That's insane, dude.
and to this day,
Yeah.
like I've run into Doug here and there,
Yeah.
and they're still like, "Fuck you and me, man." Not about him.
Is he nice to you?
Yeah, but I know that
You know that
there's
happened. There's no going back.
No, but also like I'll stand by that joke.
yeah.
Like I'm not mad
yeah.
at him for icing me out.
Yeah.
But I'm sort
If
of
you
like,
had to do it again, you would still do the
yeah,
joke.
it was sort of like
yeah.
the feeling I have is like I got you.
Yeah.
I fucking, I do.
You got his heart and his soul.
But that part of me is not a great part.
Oh, that part of you. Yeah.
Yeah, because like how do I still stand? Like I'm like I fucking.
You still, yeah.
If I hadn't made it, it'd be a different story.
Yeah.
Like if I hadn't like landed on my feet and I ran into Doug Herzog, I'd be like, "Hey, so
Oh, right. That could have happened.
of course."
Yeah.
But I've done shit like
Success
that
is the
before,
best
where
revenge.
where like you just hurt somebody's feelings because we don't think about that in the moment.
Yeah, I think the moral of the story is I have to remember that, outside isn't the patio of the Comedy Store.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes I act as if it is.
Yeah.
And that everyone's like a part of it and they're not.
Yeah, like I'm on this show now.
Yeah.
And I'm busting balls with the showrunners.
Yeah.
Like about the writing and stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
And
Tread lightly.
and they're laughing.
Yeah,
and
they are.
They like me and they like what I'm doing.
Okay.
But I know that I'm almost crossing the line.
What can you?
Because they'll still laugh at you.
Right.
They'll still laugh. They're like, and then like, I fucking had enough of this.
I know, that's what I'm saying. So is there a good way to say before you do a job or anything, go, FYI, just want to let you guys know, if I go too far, just let me know.
Sure.
To say that up front, like if I'm doing this movie next
You
week.
probably should know.
What do you mean?
You should know when you're going too far.
That's the thing. I don't know if I do.
I don't think he does at all.
And I think that's
Last
the problem.
week I walked through the door and I put on a little weight. He's like, "You look like a baked potato." And then this week he was like, walked through the door and
Well, you have a history. So they're gonna,
and then today he was like, "You look like the Thing."
wow.
Okay, here we go.
What are you mad about?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
But I feel like you just don't really know. I think Mark's correct. Like I don't think you quite know when you've gone too far.
We're not socialized.
I think that's.
we-
He's a little feral.
I'm a little
still.
feral. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want to, but I can do this. I can keep my mouth shut.
Yeah, that's all.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I will shut down. But I'll shut
Yeah,
down.
but you have a hard time doing that too.
What? No, in a corporate thing now, shut down. You'll see. I'm not
just
saying
shut
shit.
down and just sort of like
In a corporate thing? Yeah. Dude, when I go to... Dude, let me say something right now. And fuck everyone in this room. Okay.
What just happened?
I'm going to tell you something. No, I got really mad. Hold on. Let me just say something. Don't fucking shake your hand, all right? I remember how bad I used to poo in the I pooed in the executive producer's office, Dick Blasucci, just in his office.
where? Wait, who?
When I was on Mad TV, I pooed in the executive
On the
producer's...
floor?
Yeah.
Well, there's no way to misinterpret that.
I know.
That was pretty straightforward.
I know, but mine said...
You can't be like, I don't understand why.
Did I cross the line?
I know. But this is the kind of like lie. Like there was just no, you know what I mean? And I've learned.
You thought that was funny?
Yeah. And, Yeah, because the other actor that was in the room watching me do it was laughing his ass off. Like, I can't believe it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
That
it was
guy
very
was.
funny. It was very funny. But
And then when
Dick did not think it was funny.
when you got called out, the other actor was like, "I know, I tried to tell him."
Right.
Yeah.
So over the years, I have, you know what I mean?
You
And
pulled
I think
back from shitting in public.
no, but I feel like I've changed slowly.
Yeah.
And now on a set, you know, I'm on time. I know my lines. There's no problem.
Yeah.
Right. It's just that in this publicity thing, I just that wasn't in my mind because it's like, it's not a job. I'm like, you know what I mean? Out at,
But we also don't you don't realize your power of the charisma we have from doing what we do, right? So you're already way, you're larger than life in how you engage in the world, just by nature of how we do. And people that have regular jobs, people like us, they're sort of like, oh my God, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's already a lot.
Yeah.
So here's the experiment, just have regular small talk.
Good
Just sort of like, well, this is going pretty well, don't you think? Yeah, it is. Like, yeah, thanks for the help,
let me see if I can do that. Like, what's the setting?
Okay, so we're about to do a show for you've taken a corporate gig, right? And I'm a middle management at the corporation, and you're about to go on, and you don't even like the corporation, and you're mad that you took the gig.
Okay.
And I'm like,
He has a weird haircut. And he has snot coming down.
Yeah. So I'm like, you ready for the show? It's gonna be great.
Yeah, I mean, and it's normally not something that I do like this venue, but I'm going to do the best.
Why? Why
at-
even that?
Look at
Why even
where do
that?
you get the lamp fixtures?
No,
for the
no.
no.
So
You
weird.
started out there.
Why?
So weird.
Well, because you're sort of like, I don't do this usually, and I don't really like doing them. And
Yeah, but that's not something that you can go to HR about.
No, it's not. But it is
I'm not
something.
going, hey, fat fuck.
But
don't
no,
talk to me.
but it is something.
Yeah.
But it is something where the guy who only knows you as the comic they hired to do the.
All right. Start over.
So now he's going to be like, oh,
Okay, start over. Start over. Go ahead.
hey, we're so happy you're here, man. I'm
Really
so
good
glad.
to be here. Thank you so much. It's to be here.
Yeah,
I'm so excited.
everybody's really excited.
Yeah, and it's gonna be,
No, we could just.
It's
It's going to be what?
Who?
It's going to be what?
No, I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah, great. Thanks for doing it.
Yeah, and it's good. Yeah, and I'm anytime.
Okay.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that was hard.
That was stressful for me to watch.
dude. That was so hard.
Just ask them questions.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long you been working at this
No,
dumb
this is-
job?
All right. So
I know what he does.
no, when I what?
He'll zero in on someone's pimple or mole or something. He's like, "Who's your friend?"
Oh yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Okay, so, please. I haven't done that in years.
Right?
Okay.
You do that all the
Okay,
time.
I'm gonna say.
You do it all the time.
I know, I'm going to tell you something I did in Winnipeg, right? Where Tom had to interfere. Tom Segura had to interfere.
Yeah.
Intervene, I mean.
Yeah.
Intervene. So we're doing this outdoor event called the Great Outdoors. It's like it's just thousands of people sitting on these picnic benches.
This is just happened.
A couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
So I'm back there, and there's a guy in Winnipeg who owns a comedy club.
Yeah.
And it seems that like everyone knows him.
Yeah.
And Tom goes, hey, and they hug, right? And I go, who's that? And Tom goes, oh, he owns for years he's owned this comedy club. I go, I never got an offer. That was the first thing that came out of my mouth.
Sure.
And he's like, oh, but yeah, I go, never, like, I've been everywhere. You never offered me.
Yeah.
Right.
Good start. Nice.
It's already a bad,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then he goes, yeah, but I heard, you're a little raunchy. Right? I go, oh, really? Who the fuck? It's already, now I'm that.
Yeah.
And then Tom had to go and tell him, he's just weird. He doesn't know how to do it.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how to be outside.
Yeah.
He literally said that. And then I go, oh, anyway, nice to meet you. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It sort of took me out of that
That's
thing.
exactly it. He doesn't know how to be outside.
Yeah.
You know what? He's a very good example for do everything Tom does.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like Tom?
Love him.
I love him too.
Yeah, and he's like he can read a room, he can read people, and
He's
he
so
knows
good at that. Yeah,
knows
yeah.
where his bread is buttered.
Yeah.
He's not gonna fuck up anything.
Yeah. So just
Do what Tom does.
I'm gonna do what Tom
Hey,
does.
buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, if you ran into a club guy who never hired you,
If you watch Tom on like Two Bears or whatever,
Yeah.
when whether it's Bert or a guest talking, if Tom he'll opt for just sitting there going,
Yeah.
The
He
headshot.
won't fucking get in there
Wow.
if it's gonna be
You learn.
trouble.
Trouble.
Yeah,
He backs away from trouble. Yeah, yeah.
kinda.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah. Wow. Anyway, I've learned so much from you today. What's wrong?
I just remember like I don't. Bert got mad at me, and it was like it made me very upset
Is he
because
still
it got
mad?
out of hand, huh?
Still mad?
Well, it wasn't about a real thing. Like I was on an Instagram live, just doing a thing, and I was rambling on, like I do, and I was talking about Netflix, and basically what I said was that Netflix has created this cash grab culture where a certain echelon of comics can just do, pop up shows, shit faced, and make millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And I wasn't talking about Bert.
Right.
Do you know who I was talking about?
Andrew.
No,
Who?
Chappelle. So I was
Oh,
talking,
Dave Chappelle. Yeah.
and it's not an unknown thing.
It's not- yeah.
He does a pop
It
up.
was unknown to me, but
Yeah. But I decided just to be diplomatic and not mention names. And then
yeah.
somebody on fucking Instagram was like, talking about Kreischer.
oh, that's how it started.
And then it picked up some traction in that world. I don't even know any of this is going on.
Yeah.
And
I didn't-
on TikTok.
Yeah. You saw it?
yeah.
Yeah. So I had no idea any of this is going on.
Wow.
And then I'm flipping through the stuff, and I saw Bert at the Comedy Store, before I knew anything, and he was like so shut down and weird. I'm like, what's going on? You good? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck?
wow.
Why, Bert? You never see Bert like that.
Yeah.
And then I'm scrolling and I see him on a podcast saying like, there's this guy who we were friends. If he's been on my show,
I saw that.
I've been on his show,
Yeah.
and like he said some shit, and Rogan got in my ear and said he's not your boy and all
Yeah.
this, and his name rhymes with, and I'm like, oh my god,
How did this happen? Yeah.
right. So then I'm like, this is crazy, and so I call Bert,
Yeah.
and I'm like, dude, I wasn't talking about you.
Wow.
I said, you don't do pop-up shows.
Yeah.
I was talking about Dave. And
Yeah.
Bert's like, well, that tracks. I'm like, well, great. So now what do we do? How do
Right.
we
He
put
made
this
the whole
way?
thing. Yeah, he made a whole thing. out of
And,
it.
it was, and ultimately it doesn't really matter. I don't live in that world. But
you
it was
do. You
just-
do.
But it was just so upsetting.
Yeah.
That somebody had clipped it
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
TikTok.
For TikTok.
And then rehashtagged
Wow.
it.
Wow.
And
wow.
Bert's like, well, I saw the tag. And I'm like, I didn't do that.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna clip that and then
Yeah,
hashtag it. Bert Kreischer isn't funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's
I
just
was
like-
the audience for that though, because I was like, "Oh, this is great."
I had no
But I
idea
did-
what's going on.
Yeah. But it is fun. It's fun to watch.
Yeah, but it's just like it put.
Yeah.
Sucks for the friendship.
Yeah. But it's fun
It's
to
just
watch.
and Rogan had bought it as well. He thought
yeah.
but I really wasn't talking about him.
Yeah. It's so funny because there's a comic that I just talked to. He's kind of famous. And he just basically said, Marc Maron doesn't like me. And I go, do you know him? He's like, no, I could just tell. You know what I mean?
Everyone thinks that about me. Who doesn't can't. Some people just lock in with me immediately.
But I
Like,
told
that
the guy, told the guy, you're reading it wrong. You're 100% reading it wrong. Because you think so? I go, yeah.
So who's this comic? I don't like him.
Matt Rife?
Yeah, I don't like him. It's just a joke.
Yeah, it will.
I don't know him.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever met him.
Yeah.
And I have made comments like this is going to be a problem with me, going on into the future is that because I'm of another generation, and because of my opinions of crowd work, in general as a crutch, I'm going to judge it differently. So like whether or not, it becomes like ultimately it's a whole different game and anybody's success, however they do it. But like I'm going to have this old timey kind of like, crowd work is something you should know how to do in case you have to.
But to defend Matt in a sense though,
Yeah.
but the crowd work stuff is what made him viral, right?
No, I get it.
But that isn't essentially what he does. He has jokes and he has an act.
How are they?
I think some of them are okay.
Some of them.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You qualified that.
Oh my!
I mean, I haven't seen his whole set, but I'm just saying that. I mean, okay, I love what you're doing right now.
He just put you in a.
Stop. No, here we go. All right, what I want to say is, but when you see a kid come to LA, wait in the open mics like he did, crawl his way up like he did, he's been around forever. I knew him when he was a kid.
Yeah.
Right? And doing spots every night, grinding. You know, you kind of go, you know, he did put in the work.
Yeah.
Is all
So
I'm
like,
saying.
here's the thing with that. Like, what if I generalize about where comedy is at now? There's going to be comics that represent that who are going to just assume that it's some sort of personal thing. But it's just me being a fucking old man.
Right.
In one way.
Yeah.
And me, you know, just seeing what's happening with the form and being critical of it.
Yeah.
So like I don't even know that guy. Like I don't know that I met him.
Yeah.
I have not really seen his act.
But you have to do understand that these young guys look up to you because you're sort of like, you know.
They do?
They do. You know, I mean, not only do they do, like I always say that, you know, without you and that other guy, that podcasting wouldn't be what it is. I mean, you guys
Joe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are both the pioneers in different ways we've learned. You know what I mean? So my point being is that we do look up to you. And so he, you know, and he's also, you know, I know he's hot right now and all that, but he's a very sensitive guy.
We're all
and he wants to be accepted by the community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have anything to, like, I have nothing personal against that.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And ultimately, none of it, like, here's the thing is that because of this culture we live in, everybody wants to, you know, cause trouble and pit people against each other or whatever. And, you know, certainly I talk about comedy in a certain way, and there are certain problems I have about where it's at now, but who gives a fuck?
I mean, I want to ask, what are some of your problems then?
About where it's at?
Yeah.
Well, it's just the model has changed.
Like the
out of
TikTok,
necessity.
the little TikTok.
Well, just out of
viral,
necessity.
right, okay.
When you spend your life, and you came up the same way, where you're like, you know, I want to be a headliner. You know, I want to do the work. I want to have my hour. And, you know, and I'm going to go through all the ways to do it to get there and put in the work and find myself and all that shit. You know, when it becomes about something else, that putting asses in seats is relative to followers. Putting asses in seats is relative to you going and providing crowd work that they're expecting and all that stuff. To me, that, you know, it kind of what's the word I want? It disrespects the form that I came up. And it's just stupid shit.
Yeah.
But ultimately, the fact is, you know, I've got my world, I've got my audience, I do well, and, you know, the rest of it on some level should just be the rest of it.
But you could also say that about what we're doing. Like, for instance, like probably comics older than us are going, well, you know, I had to, you know what I mean, write a sitcom, you know what I mean, and get a
That's not
show.
stand-up.
I know, do stand-up, right? Do the Tonight Show, and then maybe get a TV deal, like the Seinfeld route or the fucking Tim, you know.
Yeah, it's over.
I know, my point being is that, and then now they go, you know, we can do it, have our own show at home, like what this is. You know what I mean?
No, I get it.
Yeah.
But like even early on, there were people that would come into the comedy space, and because they were known people, they could sell tickets.
Right.
And they were not stand-ups. They may have put together a few minutes or put together a little act. And club owners, look, they don't give a fuck.
But
you know, they sell tickets.
what you're saying, the difference between a stand-up and someone that's not is somebody that does it a specific way.
That does stand-up.
right. The rights, a point of view, jokes, and stand-up. Okay.
That they earned their place.
Right. Okay. They earned their place. Yeah. Okay.
Is that crazy?
Well, no. I mean, I think I'd say a different way. Get street cred. Stand-up street cred.
No, that's different.
It's not. I don't think it is. I think that if I go to any club in LA or in New York, right?
Yeah.
There's no problem with me being there because I have the street credibility. Like I did the Tonight Show. I've been around for a long time.
Well, that's because
I've done all these things.
You did the work and you're a professional.
That's what I'm
stand-up
saying.
and
That's
you
what I'm
deliver
saying.
the good.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing. But it's not necessary. Like some people who get street cred, they might not deserve it.
Oh, I see.
You know, but you
Yeah.
you are a real comic and you paid your dues and you did all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I've always wanted the acceptance of my elders before anything else, I think.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying or no?
No, I mean, look, I understand that. Like, I don't really know how people think about me or where they put me, and I know that there is, in my mind, there are some comics that that you want to fuck with me because of my political views or whatever. But like, ultimately, I do it exactly how I want to do it.
Yeah.
And no one really does it like me.
Yeah.
And I've built a career out of that.
It's been amazing. Yeah.
And my stand up is the best that I can do. And no one's going to say like that guy cut corners.
Yeah.
So like the real challenge of it is I just have to be okay with that. But the problem with me is when something becomes a cultural phenomenon, that is fair game
Yeah.
for criticism.
Yes.
And jokes.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
But the bottom line is when they become a cultural phenomenon,
Yeah.
a lot of times it's like, yeah, but it's just that guy and you know that guy.
Yeah.
So if you're going to criticize the cultural phenomenon, but a lot of it revolves around that guy,
Yeah.
you still got to be able to shoulder the possibility that guy's going to be pissed off,
Right.
even though what you're saying has cultural relevance.
Right.
It still comes down to like, you're going to see him in the hallway.
Yeah.
And, you criticized what he represents.
Right.
And there's no way he's not going to take that personally.
You're right.
I mean, that happened to me a million years ago with Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Like, I did a thing on Conan where, like, it wasn't making fun of Sandler directly. It was a bigger bit, and it was making fun of the idea of an Adam Sandler fan.
Right.
It was part of a bit.
That's okay.
Right? He turned his hat around. It wasn't even a direct shot at him. And it's the same with the Comedy Central thing in a way.
Yeah.
So I did this on Conan.
Yeah.
And I went to the Improv one night. And Sandler comes up to me, and this is a long time, this is the 90s.
Fun. Yeah, fun.
And he says, I hear you talking about me. I'm like, yeah, I did on Conan.
You're just direct. Yeah.
But but in my mind, I wasn't making fun of
You
him.
weren't. Yeah, I don't think you're making
I was
fun of-
making fun of, the type of audience that is.
Yeah.
But he's got every right to take it personally.
Right.
And I thought, and I feel like he's like, I've seen him and he's nice to me and I did a show with him, but I know that was, but not unlike the Comedy Central thing, I don't think I was in the wrong, but I had to take the hit for that.
Take the hit, yeah.
But it's like anything, it's like any joke you decide to make. You can make any joke you want. This is the problem with a lot of the cancel culture shit, is you can make any joke you want. You can say whatever you want to say. But there may be some kind of personal consequences.
Right.
Not consequence. It's not like, well, there shouldn't be any consequences. Like, what world do you live in?
Yeah.
Like you have to, read the room.
Yeah.
Make the choice.
Yeah.
Decide like, well, I'm going to say this, but there's going to be some pushback.
Yep.
And I got to take that hit.
I took it.
Right.
I took the hit.
See, the only real censorship there is self-censorship
Right.
out of self-protection in a way. Like, is it worth the risk?
Nope.
But it's like that.
Yeah.
It's
It
like
is.
that.
Sometimes it is, yeah.
It's like that scene at the end of The Longest Yard with Burt Reynolds.
Yeah.
Where he was going to.
That was the Anna Sandler movie.
Yeah, he did the remake.
Yeah, go ahead.
But where he was supposed to throw the game to the guards.
Yeah.
And like Burt Reynolds goes up to, the guy who's the water boy who's like 90.
Yeah.
And, and the reason he's a water boy is because he had like hit the warden at some point.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And he's never going to get out of jail because of that.
Wow.
And at the end of the movie, Burt Reynolds goes, because he's about to decide whether he's going to win this game or not.
Yeah.
Even though he's supposed to lose.
Yeah.
And he walked up to that guy and he said, when you did that, was it worth it? And the guy goes, definitely. And, and he went and won the game.
Wow. I love that.
But it's a personal choice.
Yeah. I love that.
But even in talking about it now with you, when I think about that Comedy Central joke, love it.
Worth it.
Love it.
Yeah.
And even the Adam Sandler joke,
Yeah.
I understood the point that he was making,
Yeah.
but I still can, own my side of it. And
it also passed and you worked with them, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
Yeah, because it was like, and I'm not that kind of comic anymore.
Yeah.
I guess.
I don't know. You've softened so much.
I'm not as direct. Like, that's what got me into trouble with Burt misinterpreting what I said.
Yeah.
Like, it would have been better if I would have just said Chappelle.
Yeah.
And then it would, so what? People were like, hey, fuck you, Chappelle's great. But because I was like, I was a little cagey about it, then it was misdirected on a guy who I love. And so, and that was me trying to like avoid, like just being coded a little bit. So people are like, oh, he's talking about Chappelle, but clearly not clear enough.
Yeah. Yeah. Check this out.
I wanted to just bring this because of the cover.
Is that for me though? Can I have it?
Yeah.
There's one
Yeah, I
behind
wanna-
you.
Yeah,
There's one
right
behind
there.
you.
Oh, good. Yeah, because I only have like 10 of them.
Okay.
That picture, I
Yeah.
just love the cover because that picture, I'm doing a bit about it now, but like I do this hike in Glendale, you know, and for some reason I went alone. I didn't go with Andrew Santino. Because he won't go with me anymore. No, I usually go with my friend. But I got to the top and I do these stretches.
Yeah.
And one of them is I just squat down to stretch out, you know, my hips and shit.
Yeah.
And I stood up fast and I blacked out. And I fucking just went down.
Oh.
And I woke up with my face on the
But you
ground.
rolled down a hill?
No, I was at the top of the hill, but I
right.
fell down. I woke up and my face was on the
Why
ground.
did you pass out?
Well, it's like a head rush thing,
Oh,
you know,
I
like
see.
because my blood pressure was low from the hike,
Yeah.
and I was a little dehydrated, so I just went down,
And you took a photo. Oh, that's
and this is
amazing.
like right after that.
Wow.
I wanted to make sure I had it documented, and then I'm like, that's got to be the record cover. And
Yeah.
And the reason the comedy album cover is really the hardest thing because 99% of the time they don't age well. You look at any old comedy cover, it's always someone with a different haircut than they have now, doing something like there's stuff around, there's a horse, there's like whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this one's gonna
This is
stick.
dope as fucking fuck. So go buy Marc Maron's To Bleak to Dark.
From Bleak to
From
Dark,
Bleak to
yeah.
Dark.
Did I just say that?
Yeah, it's good because like HBO, I did the special on HBO, and I don't know, like, you know, a lot of people, it's hard to get HBO in Europe and stuff. But now, like, all you have to do is buy a record player.
So much easier. Just buy a record player.
Let's get a record.
Get a whole full stereo system.
But if I go to like iTunes or Spotify, can I
Oh,
listen-
yeah,
you can
definitely.
listen to it?
Yeah, you
Okay.
can listen to it. Yeah.
All right, give Mark a round of applause. That was fucking amazing.
Pilit ang buko gani ay makabalik.